Do not make this mistake with your FP points. Everyone is missing the point. They're not talking about the season pass. We're going to go through everything, how to spend your 6,000 FP points effectively. But also for those that don't play the game, let's say you only get FP points 6,000, you never put more money in. We're going to talk about the best way of spending it, the season pass, the drafts. We're going to go through everything. And I'm going to tell you my way. That's always worked for me. And it's all about time and efficiency. So the best way I can probably show you this is an FC25. First of all, don't forget it's 6,000 FP points. Historically used to be 4.6k, but now you're actually going to get less. The reason why is although it says 6,000, you're going to get 2,000 when a game comes out, 2,000 in September, and 2,000 in October, and 2,000 in November. So actually you're going to have less FP points than you would normally get. Now, this is the thing. What you'd probably want to spend, I want to go over the first one first, this season pass. Now, let's say you like to me, you know what, Neil? I don't like spending FP points, and that's completely fine. What I'd recommend is keeping those FP points for the season passes. I think keeping them for the season passes is a very cost-effective solution. If you're not spending money in a game and you just want a good influx, and if you're playing the game until January, February time, you got enough. Don't forget, you get one. If you pre-order the game already, you get one, or you get the first season pass free. So you can see like here, season 1 premium pass is free, but I would say if you're not going to spend FP points, keep it. Now, what if you're going to buy FP points or you're not too sure about the future, you don't really care? We'll go with what I suggest towards the end. What I would say is packs. Now, we're going to come over the draft in a second. Now, packs, it's a bit different. The value kind of changes. What you want to do when the game comes out is two things. Number one, always double check, by the way, always double check your preview pack. Just don't forget to do that every single day. Don't forget to do that. Now, this is what you should do when FC26 comes out. These cost about 150k FP points, the premium gold pack. There's going to be no other packs. Would be a classic pack only. There won't be any of these special promotion packs that you see, like these 100k packs. You're not going to get any of these, okay? And what you want to do is you basically want to buy these. You can buy 150 times 3. You can buy 13 of these in total. Now, just to give you a bit of an example, I'm going to emulate what you should do. Buy this in FP points, of course. Never buy this in coins ever, unless you're doing that preview pack and you got your money worth. But that's not a story. But look, this is basically what happens. So let's say when a game comes out, you're going to get something like this. Now, if I quick sold these, okay? Now, this is the worst case scenario. You can see it sells for 2.8k. Now, I would say on average, the pack expected to be about 2.5k. So let's just get some calculator. 2.5k times by 13. Absolute worst case scenario. From all your FP points, you're going to get 32k. This is the quickest way to get coins if you're a trader, for example. But don't worry, you're probably going to get much more. Remember, always expect the worst. That way, you know, be disappointed in life. But you can see, for example, some of these players, you're not actually going to quick sell the pack, because look at Boniface. Now, if you head over to Footbin, you can see, let's say you packed Boniface on the first day. You can see for the first 3 days, he was actually worth 8,000 coins. So although it might look like it's bad, some of these 82 rated cards will be worth a bit more. Let's say we went with Avila. And you can see the same thing with Avila. He wasn't quick sell value. He was double. He was 800 coins. So that's what I'm trying to say. Expect to get about 50k is what I'm probably going to say. If you're very lucky, you might get 75k. If you're very lucky, 100k and above. But realistically, expect worst case scenario 30k. You're probably realistically at 60k. So that's what you could get. And for example, the managers go for a bit more. You might get a hunter chemistry style. You might get very fortunate. That's what I'm trying to say. You might get some really good starter cards. Think about someone that's very cheap when the game comes out, like a meta player. Although they're worth nothing now, but when the game comes out, they're very good starter cards. That's one thing that I would say is you can spend it on packs. And of course, always check the price on Footbin. And of course, never quick sell anything. Of course, check their value on the market first. Now, the other best way is by playing draft. So you can enter the draft using 300 FP points. So to be honest, I'm going to do some maths because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no way I'm working that out. You can enter the draft 6 times. So 6 times. And to be honest, if you get quite far, you can make a lot of money. Previously, I made like 100k plus with the draft. But the only caveat is, number one, it has to be the online draft. Okay, that is the most important thing. This single player draft, the rewards are not the same. But this is the most important thing, okay? do not play the draft if you're not an elite player on day one. Now you might be thinking, what the hell am I talking about? This is so important, okay? When early access comes out, if you're taking a flight to New Zealand and you're going to play the game 11 hours early, the only people that are going to be on are addicts that know the game's coming out early, people that are very serious hardcore gamers, people like me, content creators, and pro players. Every single game you get will be exponentially harder than, for example, 2 days later. So if you're getting a game, let's say you're going to work that day and you're getting it later on when everyone else gets the game, fine. If you're playing this for 11 hours early access, do not enter this unless you're an elite player. If you're just getting, let's say you're not doing any of those glitches, you're not getting the game early, you're just getting the game, then I would say definitely consider using a draft. I would say if you're like Division 5 and above, I would say when the game comes out, when lots of players enter it, it's a really good way. And to be honest, the reason why I like it the most is you can try a lot of players out. And what I mean by that is you choose a formation, and let's say you want to play the 40, or let's say you want to try a formation out, and you can very easily just try it. Imagine this is FC26. You can try some of the top tier players in the game and try them out. And it's the best way to just go into the game and play. But there's something else. No one talks about this. Now, when you play the draft, what you also do is you do the ultimate team objectives at the same time. So let's say, for example, somebody's online stuff, the assist mastery, the foundation one. So you're actually building, play draft games. You're actually building and getting more rewards as well, you could argue, for your time. So that is why draft is actually a really good way. You can play online matches, play 5 online matches, and you get those small packs. I know some of them are not really that useful, but some of them are when the game comes out. So drafts can actually really help you to make progress. As I said to you, if you are an elite player and above, that's when I'll play the draft. If you're playing it early, I'm not talking early access, I'm talking about, let's say you're doing the glitch to fly to New Zealand to play the game before it's officially released. The 20th of September and the Ultimate Edition is out, 19th, should I say, sorry, then I would say go ahead and try it. But before that period, you have to be an elite player. So what I probably would say is just bear that in mind. That's the best value for money, but just don't play on day one if you're not a good player. I would say ideally you need to be 9 wins and above in a weekend league if you want to give draft a go. But you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone by doing draft and doing objectives. Quickly touch on objectives. You might want to keep some of your FP points for the evolution. So let's say you're looking at maybe doing evolution, because to be honest, the best pay to win outside of the game is actually evolution. It's like the guaranteed value for money. And some of these evos are better than some of the higher rated cards in the game. It's something you got to consider. My best advice is split it up. So what I normally do is, let's say I'm not a content creator. What I normally would do is I would go ahead and I'll go on draft. And I'll give myself the few goes. Let's say I'm an average player. Even if you get to the 3rd round, if you get to the quarterfinals, so 4th round or quarterfinals, the rewards can actually be pretty decent. So sometimes they could be better than those 150 coin packs. So if you've got time and maybe you haven't got a team ready in the web app, I would definitely recommend playing the draft. And that way you don't have to use those garbage bronze players trying to grind your way up. I would say this is definitely a good way just to get into the game and play. So I would say maybe give yourself 2 or 3 drafts, see how it is. If you're finding it too difficult and you're going out in the first round every single time, then it might be worth instead using the coins and then just going into the store and then just buying that classic pack. That could be a better value for money, and then you can work towards your rival rewards, because don't forget, these classic packs, you can just open them all, start trading, see what you get. That's what I'd recommend. So you can just keep opening this. Imagine me opening this with 150k FP points. Just skip this animation, or if you want to watch it when the game comes out, and literally I'll just go on Footbin, check the value of each price, sell them just a bit under the market value so they sell instantly, and then that's it. And then what I'll do is, remember, you can remember the rivals. If you get in the game on the 19th, the rival rewards come out not too far away. And you can see over here, when the game comes out on the 19th, the first squad battle rewards is on the Sunday, and then the rival rewards is before the standard edition comes out. So technically speaking, if you want, you can make progress there. But if you just want the coin straight away, just start opening those packs. Just remember, just double check. As I said, you might get a hunter, you might get something that is worth value. And that's the best way that I would say it. Tomorrow I'll have a video where I talk about how to get the most coins And of course, you want to get ahead of FC26, you can come to my Patreon series. We've already started making videos on how the new roles play. Of course, I played FC26 early, so I can give you an insight on what's coming up. We've also had videos even from last year on how to find meta players, things that even apply to this year, why divisions are more difficult, best value points, how to create a cheap starter squad, which we'll be doing again for FC26. And of course, we have all the other videos in the collection. We also have the Division 10 to Elite Division series. You might be thinking, this is FC25. Why am I showing this? But even if you're playing FC25, this is the perfect time to get out the habits. You can see Division 10 to Elite Division, basic gameplay, no mechanic abusing, no travelers, just basic football that apply to FC26. We've got the timeless fundamentals where you can watch this any year that you play, and you'll learn the key basics of the game, how to apply pressure. We have real life football examples where we go over real life football examples and how they're used in FC, and how they can be similar. Very, very important football principles that people always forget about. And then, of course, we have all the video collection, some from the last year, but we're going to be starting the FC26 videos as well. We've already got a few of them, so unfortunately, we can't show you any gameplay yet, but we can show you what to prepare for. And of course, we're going to be starting the full FC school. And what I mean by that is, what is the full FC school? Like in FC25, I show you what happens at the beginning of the year. We start the full FC school. So we go over the camera settings. We can only show you these videos, by the way, as soon as the game comes out, as soon as I have my embargo, which is before the game comes out, you will see these videos, but we'll go through everything in detail. But this is the best time to get better at the game. Remember, if you don't get better after 1 month, we will refund your money. For less than the price of a Jumbo Rare Players Pack, you can guarantee to get improved inside the game. Tens of thousands of students have joined. People even stay on. We've got a Discord group, and we now have trading advice from Top 100 Trader. Link is down below in the description. Honestly, what have you got to lose? If you don't get better after 1 month, we will refund your money. That is how sure I am. And me and my team will improve you in the game. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and of course, catch you next time. Links down below in the description.